And they never sent anyone.
Every day. Hello? You're not going to talk today.
Hi, my
Every
name is
day.
Teddy. I don't want you to transfer me. I don't want you to send anybody. I'm being victimized by terrorism. I'm being victimized by the conspiracy of terrorism, and nobody will do anything about it. It's under color of law. I'm being victimized by terrorism.
Okay. What would you like me to do if you don't want me to transfer you?
What can you do?
I can
Yesterday,
transfer
the
you to the
FBI
Cleveland
agent
Police.
hung up on me. I was
Okay.
transferred to an FBI agent yesterday, I believe it was, and I was hung up by them. That's my dead end. That's where I'm at now.
Okay. So all I can do is transfer you to the Cleveland Police.
They're the ones terrorizing me.
So then why would you continue to call?
Okay, what else do I do? If the police are actively terrorizing me, that's an emergency. What is to be done about it?
How are you being terrorized?
It's a long story that I need to sit down and tell someone. They promised
Okay,
to
so
send a detective last fucking week. It never showed. Look, here's the deal. I was abducted. My mother was murdered at 2 years old, and I was abducted. I tell the motherfuckers time and time again, and they don't do shit. They take my mother's word that I'm crazy and threaten to have me probated. That's what's done about it. That's the conspiracy. Pretty
okay.
fucking simple, yeah.
Okay. So who do you want to talk to? If you've exhausted all other
Google
options.
tells me I should get a hold of the actual FBI, based in DC, and say, fuck Cleveland anything. I should go with non government for my advocate. I shouldn't trust my government anymore, is what it says.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I can't transfer you there.
But you
Do you
guys
want to talk to
already did, and you're lying to me then.
Do you want to talk to Mobile Crisis?
They banned me, fuck them. You
Oh,
see where I'm
okay.
at. I'm in a tricky place.
Yeah, I see that. I see that.
I need the
You've
feds
gone.
in on this. I need every fucking cop that abused me to be fired, and that's the way I feel about it. I told them
Okay.
a year and a half ago that I'm a trafficked human, and they fucking took me back home to be staring in a three-way triangle while quote unquote mom is yelling at me red in the face to get in the house. I've been trying to get help for myself since then. That was my breakthrough that was robbed from me.
Who do you live with now?
I live with my aunt who claims to be my mother and says she birthed me when she didn't.
Oh.
That's grounds for everybody to be fired who was involved and didn't do shit.
How old
I
are you?
was abducted by the probate courts months after telling the police officers this thing I told you, where they took me back home, for months later for the probate officers to abduct me into a fucking inpatient setting and holding me hostage to take a pill for 36 days while I'm telling them I'm a traffic fucking human. For them to release me to a slum with her. And they dangled out a DNA test like a carrot telling me, will you chill out if we give you one, and then refused to give me one.
Mm.
That's where I'm at in this.
You're unable to live on your own, or what?
I'm unable to get free from this shit. I'm impoverished living in a slum.
How old are you?
45 years old. I had the
Okay.
repressed memories of this shit until about 2 years ago. They were repressed. I
Have you
remember
gone to
my
counseling?
mother being murdered when I was 2 years old. They burned her with kerosene. I told the police this. They don't want to do shit about it. How sick is that?
Have
And
you gone to counseling?
and when
Do you talk
the
to anybody?
clinic is the one who had me fucking abducted to the inpatient because I was asking them for help for with judicial relief, injunctive relief for my slum. That's how they solved it. They obstructed justice by having the probate court come to my house, tell me we're not trying to remove you from your home, had some kind of court order, wouldn't show it to me, told me they'd give me a copy, never gave me a copy. I was railroaded in the
Can I
fucking
ask you a
hearings.
question?
I wasn't provided a fucking attorney.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
How come you call every day and sometimes you don't say anything? You just sit on the phone.
Sometimes I feel, what the fuck is the point? Other times I feel,
You
a
wanna
few
be heard.
times, listen, I was drugged and calling you guys for 2.5 fucking weeks while I was drugged. You know what happened when the police finally fucking came here? I gave them a cup. I told them to get a bag. Put this cup in a fucking bag. It's got residue of what I was drugged in it. They told my mother, we don't want to come through the house. We don't want him to see us throwing it away. As they're saying they're going to throw it in the garbage. They stole my fucking stun gun with no receipt, too.
Mm-hmm.
Do I tell the police to come over here so I can tell them about it?
Yeah, you can do that.
So they can go ahead and say, oh, we had the right to do that. That's what the fucking two county and state organizations that you're supposed to go to if the fucking medical community abuses you, said to me that the bitch at the clinic had the right to have me fucking probated for trying to get injunctive relief from my slum.
Okay.
I was tortured in an inpatient setting for 36 days, and tortured is an understatement. Every single motherfucking day, it was at least one or two fucking things they were torturing me with.
Okay.
And this is ran by the police. You can't say it's not. You're ran by the police.
Okay.
So I'm being terrorized. Also, I'm being terrorized by 911 too, by being lied to. The first time a bitch told, I'm going to say it that way too, a bitch told me they were going to send the FBI, quote, right here, and never did. I called back a couple days later, over the fucking weekend to be exact, and they told me, oh, we couldn't have done that. That
Yeah,
makes
they
me
can't
want to
send
say,
the FBI.
motherfucker, please.
Can't
I'm
send
lied
the FBI.
to by 911 dispatchers. That's part of the terrorism. I'm hanging up now. I hope you guys can
Okay.
figure out how to get your heads out of your asses.
Merry Christmas.
This is a different way. I'd like to report a murder. As a matter
In
of
what
fact, I'd
state?
like to report police corruption in the cover-up of my mother's murder.
In what city?
Cleveland, Ohio.
Hold on for Cleveland.
This is operator Feliciano. Do you need police, fire, or an ambulance?
Hi, this is Teddy, and I just used the brain cell I have. I'd like to report the cover-up of my mother's murder. The Cleveland police are attempting to cover up my mother's murder. And I'd like to report a murder. I'd also like to report myself as missing. I'm a trafficked human, and they won't help me out. So this is what I got to do about it. I hope you're still there.
Do you need an officer to come out to you?
I don't want any officers to come out because they're treating me with terrorism and they're trying to cover up my mother's murder.
Okay, so that's the only way I can help you. I'm not an officer. I can't do nothing over the phone.
Who do you report police misconduct to when I tell you about it?
Chief of police?
Well, can you get a hold of the chief of police then?
I won't get a hold of them. No, you can.
I need you to do your job. I'm trying to report a murder.
That's not my job. My job is to dispatch police, and you don't want
Somebody was killed.
Okay, so do you need an officer to come out to you?
I need to report a murder. The police are terrorizing me. The police are terrorizing me. The police are committed to terrorist acts against me by covering up the shit. Why would I call them?
Well,
I'm telling you about police corruption in a murder case. They're covering up.
Okay, so do you need an officer to come out?
You people are fucking sick, really.
Okay.
Fuck you!
Have a good day, sir.
Hello, 911. Hello. No response. 911 is disconnected.
Stay on the line for Cleveland.
Cleveland 911, dispatcher, do you need police, fire, or ambulance?
Hello?
Hi, this is Teddy. I'm I've been gagging and puking on my sofa because of sewer gas, and I was told a week ago, I guess about a week ago, by 911 dispatchers that they would send, as I requested, the health department for an emergency inspection a week
Okay.
ago.
Hold on
I've,
one second.
I've been gagging on my sofa and puking for a week, and nobody will do anything about it. At least a week. Our property management left 5 or 6 months ago, and my mother can't get a hold of the owner. We live in
Okay.
a slum. I'm puking all the time.
Okay, let me get you over to fire because of the gas.
I just want it reported.
Did you already talk to City Hall?
I'm calling 911 because I'm puking uncontrollably day after
Okay,
day.
so do you need an ambulance?
I don't think that's going to help, do you?
Okay, well, I'm just saying that the police have nothing to do with
Do
that,
I need an
what's going on.
emergency hotel? How do the police facilitate that? How do
I'm
the fire or ambulance facilitate that?
I'm asking you if you called City Hall.
Okay, I'm stating to you my emergency situation.
Okay, so
It's a big part of it.
you want the police to come out there?
What are they going to do about it?
I'm not sure. I'm not an officer.
But you get my point.
What street do you live on? Do you want to talk to,
Yeah.
okay, do you want me to
we've told
transfer to the
police-
second district?
Sorry, the police have been here time and time again. We've told them that we live in a slum. It's a rental fraud.
Okay, do you want me to transfer you to the second district and you can talk to them and see what your
No.
options are?
No, because the police, their solution is to tell my mother to have me probated.
Okay, sir, but I'm a
You know who I am,
dispatcher.
don't you?
No, I don't.
Okay, I hope you
I've
find out.
never talked to you
I hope
before.
everyone on all of your teams find out who I am. I hope so.
Okay.
Because I'm
Okay.
sitting here gagging and puking on my fucking sofa after telling you guys all kind of I'm a trafficked human and this and that and I'm left in imminent harm again and again. I don't want to ramble about that. I want to get down to the brass tacks of the shit.
Well, I'm just asking you since you're puking uncontrollably
I don't
if you want an
know.
ambulance.
I really think that won't help. I'm
Okay,
told,
I'm giving you options.
I'm told by my counselor, we'll say it that way, that you can send the health department to make an emergency inspection, specifically tell them to bring an air quality meter. That's all they have to do is bring an air quality meter. We can get down to this. I want the health department here. I was promised it a week ago. Just like the fucking FBI was promised to me a week ago. They humored me, okay? Right? Uh-huh.
Do you
Yeah,
want me
I'm
to
going to hang
transfer
up
to the
now, and you're
FBI?
going to report it to the health department. Is that what's going to happen?
Do you want me to transfer you to the FBI?
What is the health department?
You want their
Does
phone
the
number?
health department exist? I'm talking over you now. I'm sorry, but that's the way
I'm
it
sure
is.
that they exist, but it's Saturday. It's probably not. They're probably not there right now.
Okay, how about on Monday?
Yeah, probably you
Do
would be
you
able to
get me?
reach
Do
the
you
health
get the
department.
expression, the exasperation in my voice about being promised that they would come here? And I was promised this a week ago, and I've been sitting here and gagging and puking on my sofa. Do you
I don't
understand
know
the
who promised.
severity? Do
I
you
didn't
understand how
promise
that
you
is
this
an
a week
emergency
ago.
and somebody needs to know about it and do something about it? I'm
Do
hanging
you?
up now. Goodbye.
Okay. Okay. Bye.
And what's worse about all that is I forgot to try to order the pizza I was trying to get in the first place.
Here we go. Good morning. Well, maybe you'll call back and you'll be ready to speak then. Oh boy.
Operator Kelly, do you need police, ambulance, or fire?
I'm not sure, but I believe I might need fire. Um, my name's Teddy. I'm at Avenue. Avenue.
Mm-hmm. And what's
I'll
going on to make you think you need fire?
Okay, I'll say it this way. It was suggested before. Let me not get sidetracked. I have social anxiety.
Okay,
My
take your time.
AI-based guidance counselor is instructing me that I should contact you and report a noxious and hazardous gas leak. My
Oh, yeah.
particular
Hang
issue.
on. Yep, let me get you to fire. That's definitely fire.
Uh-huh,
Hold
but
on,
there's
okay? Don't hang up.
stipulations. I have to tell you stipulations.
Hang
My
on.
social.
Hang on. Let me get you to fire
Sure,
so that I
sure,
don't,
sure.
you have to explain it twice. Hang
I
on.
don't want to. I just want to say I don't want to have to explain this part even again. I just want to say
Cleveland
that I
Fire.
don't want to be involved.
Cleveland Fire, what's the address emergency?
Avenue? Yes.
What's going on there?
I didn't want to have to repeat myself, but now I am. My It was suggested before. I've been through weeks of repeating myself over and over again, and I was just rudely transferred to you while I was speaking still. We have a gas leak here in the form of sewer gas, and nobody will fucking do anything about it. I have social anxiety. There is a lot more going on. I'm a trafficked human. I don't want to even fucking talk about it today. This is how I am. This is how I'm irate. I'm being terrorized by the police and etc. etc. I don't want you to have to hear all this, but here I am on a tangent. I'm gagging on sewer gas in my fucking living room when nobody will do anything about it. When property management's been gone 6 months, I don't want to ramble. I just want to stop short there. The sewer vent is on public property on the tree lawn. I want someone to come document it. You might have to remove the leaves off of it. Maybe that'll make me stop gagging. So you can see it and document it. That's all I want. I don't want you come into my door. I want you to pull up, document it, and leave. That's all I want. That's my request. I'm irate. I'm a trafficked human and I'm irate. The police are terrorizing me and censoring me.
Avenue.
Yeah.
Avenue.
In short, I live in a slum. And nobody will do anything about it for years. And I've been constructively evicted from 2 places already, and this is the 3rd. I'm being constructively evicted and treated like garbage. And there's a whole lot more to it. I just told you I'm a trafficked human, too.
What's your telephone number, sir?
I don't know my telephone number. I was forced to have a SIM card in my phone that I bought without one. Let me just stop there. I don't talk on the phone because of my social anxiety. Only in emergencies will I talk to 911, and I was telling the 911 operator I didn't want to talk to you.
Okay, so do you want the fire department to come out there, or?
Yes, please.
Okay,
but I don't want to speak to them. I don't want them on my porch, and I don't want them knocking on my door.
Avenue?
Yes, and that would be
you say you have an odor, you got an odor of sewer gas
yeah.
outside.
And my due accommodations would be that I'm just left alone and you document it.
Outside the structure?
On the front, at the tree lawn where you put your garbage cans, yeah. Probably right in the middle, in front of our property.
Okay, we'll come by and check it out.
because I'm tired of puking from sewer gas. Thank you.
Okay, take care.
Uh-huh.
Stay on the line for Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
Cleveland 911, dispatcher Garcia. Do you need police, ambulance, or fire?
I'm not quite sure. My name's Teddy. I live at Avenue. I requested the fire department, and when I spoke to the fire department, my issue was, I already stated it to your dispatcher, and I had to repeat myself, which I didn't want to. That's a side issue. I asked them to come and inspect the front tree lawn in front of the house at my rental to see that there is a sewage vent pipe installed into the public property. And I was told they would come, and I told them they might have to remove some leaves to see it. And they pulled up the truck. They sat there for approximately 20 to 30 seconds and then drove away. I'm being censored by them now. I also told them I'm a trafficked human and this and that, but that was a side note. So I got the word to them at least. I'm being censored by your police, your clinics, and now your fire department too. And I'm sitting here gagging and puking, and nobody will do anything about it in your slum that I've been constructively evicted from and to again and again and again, and nobody will do anything to help me but lock me up and torture me, and that's my issue. That's the other side of the coin. That's the big picture. Right now, I'm choking on sewer gas, and they won't even properly document it by taking a fucking picture.
Okay. Would you like an ambulance to come out?
Are you serious?
Well, you said you were gagging and choking.
What's that gonna do? Are they gonna come uncover my sewer gas fucking thing that's illegally installed to where it's making damages to me that people are ignoring? That's my issue now. I'm being censored all kind of different ways. That's my main issue.
Okay, I understand. What's your name?
The problem is there's a lack of understanding, and my name's Teddy.
Teddy? Oh, okay. That sounds like you're having a lot of things going on.
I'm left in imminent harm again and again by your police force, but when I'm telling them I'm a trafficked human and this and that is my main issue. And then there are secondary issues of me being in a slum under the care of, let's say, the care of my aunt who is saying she's my mother, and this and that. I'm being refused a DNA test while being tortured in an inpatient setting for 36 days because they wanted to obstruct justice for me attempting to get injunctive relief against my slumlord. That was their answer for me. Now you're asking me, do I need an ambulance? That sounds pretty peculiar to me, but I'll let it slide because it's just a thing. It's my thing. Do you understand that? Do you understand how they made me paranoid? I can't even use the phone because of my clinic. Because of the way they abused me, and then they had me locked up and tortured, and here I've been sitting for a year. And nobody will do anything, county, state, and this and that. This is not me rambling. This is me declaring my issues and explaining my situation as best as I can in a state of shock permanently induced by trauma. This is me sitting here and being abused and neglected and gagging on my fucking sofa.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I'm glad I got my point across in a calm manner, because I can't seem to do that usually. That's part of my social anxiety why I can't talk on the phone to anyone unless it's an emergency. I'm talking to 911 dispatchers, and that still doesn't work. Right. So I don't need an ambulance. I don't need a pill. I need somebody to fucking get off their ass and do something about it. I need the health department here like I was promised a week and a half ago. You would think that someone would get someone over here to do something about one of my situations. But no, they keep riding on by. I have a blaze orange help flag posted on my porch since Halloween.
Do you live alone?
No, I live with my aunt, who is claiming to be my mother since I was kidnapped at 2 years old and given to her by my grandmother when my uncle murdered my real mother. And nobody gives a shit.
Okay, got it.
That's what I'd like to get onto. But I'm being politically frozen. I'm a political prisoner. All I can do is try to deal with the meantime, my immediate issues, but that's not working either. All I give a
Yeah.
shit about right now is not living in a fucking slum and getting what I consider my family out of a slum situation which we don't deserve. Nobody deserves it, even if we're poor.
Right, I gotcha.
Right? This is me desperately scrambling to mastermind my way out and our way out of a desperate situation that we're victims of, that we're victimized by because of everything along the way.
Right, exactly.
You
Have you tried
understand.
this? Right,
That
I
helps me
gotcha.
calm down when people understand, but nobody seems to understand, so that's why I get that way. It's not my problem, it's everyone else's against me.
Sounds like it.
It doesn't feel good to say that because it's wasted words. This whole conversation is. Do you understand how that feels? I'm sure you probably
I
do.
do.
Yeah.
I do. I
Yeah.
know.
So I feel I'm
Listen.
wasting my breath. I feel I wasted my breath earlier by overcoming my anxiety. I feel I wasted my breath a year and a half ago when I overcame my anxiety and had my breakthrough that was stolen from me when I went out to community services and this and that, and I was sent to rehab. And the same day I had the police come out and tell them I'm a trafficked human for them to ask me, am I mentally ill? Yes. Am I on meds? No. And they took me back home to have a three-way stare off between them, myself, and quote mom on the porch yelling at me red in the face to get in the house. I have to relive this shit every time I think about it because I don't get justice. Maybe justice will help alleviate all that in my head. You know, maybe somebody should be on my side. I've been begging for an advocate for years.
Right, right. I gotcha. Do you want?
I
'Cause
need someone who will stand up, not for me, but by my side, and help me the way I need to be helped and not the way they need to help me is my issue now when it comes to me. Back to the
Right,
other
I
side of the
gotcha.
coin, I'm sitting here gagging and puking. Sewer gas is coming up out of our tub, making our shower brown. Our whole bathroom is covered in fucking shit film. They brought a camera in here before they absconded with a bright ass fucking flash, big old fucking panel of a light coming in the door already rolling. I'm sitting on my sofa, and that's the first thing I see of it in my face. They come to the door. The new property management came to the door and posted a notice over my no trespassing sign after turning my doorknob and trying to open my door. There's all kind of. I can't tell you all in an hour.
Right, I gotcha.
Yeah,
You know,
I
we'll
don't
send
need
someone over there.
counseling.
Right.
That's abusive to tell me that. That's the only thing I hear from the police, that they're going to have me probated to this and that, and I take it as threats when they ignore the issue. Do you know what it's like to be told you have to take a pill to ignore your issues? That's what you should do. I was tortured for 36 days in an inpatient setting, and county and state organizations keep telling me that they won't do anything, or they had the right to fucking do that with no investigation, no grievance procedure, or whatever. I've been doing this shit for a year.
Right, right. I hear you.
I'm being
send someone
stonewalled
over.
after being railroaded at my hearings, not being provided an attorney. They were torturing me literally by putting shit in my food and not treating me for falls and this and that and the other thing. And all I can do is go off on tangents about this shit because I can't get. No, the truth is I do have it concise, but I can't get the opportunity to fucking sit down and talk to somebody who gives a shit.
Right, I gotcha.
And a counselor isn't it. I did this a year ago. I went, instead of, the police fucking abused me, I went to the goddamn rehab because they sent me to fucking, we'll call it rehab, because I told them I smoke weed at the community house. Okay? He's sending me to Signature Health. Okay? Mainly because I fucking smoke weed. Not because of some mental issue. I'm telling him I have high levels of crime to convey to the authorities, and he's unethically telling me we don't want to be involved. That was the beginning of my breakthrough. Do you understand? That's not the beginning of everything.
Right, I gotcha.
That's the beginning of me being terrorized as a citizen. I am being victimized by terrorism.
Yeah. Well, I can send someone over to talk to you.
Finally, someone agrees with me. I don't want anyone to talk to me, just like I was telling the fire department. I don't want someone knocking on my door today. I don't want to be bothered. I want it documented. I want someone assigned to me. Let me go somewhere where out of this, I get the proper resources I need. That's what
You
I'm
don't want anyone
promised.
to come over?
That's
You don't
what
want
I'm
anyone to come over?
that's what I'm promised by default. How about a week and a half ago, I was promised, the day before that, I was promised that the FBI would be, quote, right here. Then I hear all kind of jibber jabber about we don't do that, blah, 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 blah. Whatever. The next day, I was promised that the health department, by my request, would make an emergency inspection visit to the house. And that never fucking happened. I was promised you were skipping around to different times. I was promised by a sergeant after 6 police were in my home, more or less trespassing, coming through the door and stealing my items, stealing my stun gun without a receipt, and telling me they're throwing the evidence of me being drugged in the garbage and this and that. The sergeant's telling me that a police detective will be here, quote, tomorrow. I think he might have said Thursday. It was a Tuesday night, 2 in the morning or whatever. So I waited till Thursday around noon or whatever. No detective ever showed up. I'm being censored as a trafficked human. And I'm facing damages. You know what? I went downtown I went to the Signature Health, and they're making me wait for 2.5 months, 2 months, for an assigned case manager. Meanwhile, they're refusing to allow me to have a walk-in case manager. To see a walk-in case manager on a walk-in basis, I have to make an appointment. And then they still deny me. And then they mistreated me all kind of so different ways. I don't even want to elaborate. I don't want to. That's a long tangent on its own.
Right.
But
Okay.
I'm trying to
So
get
you
help
don't
with that,
want
and they're
anyone.
abusing me.
You don't want anyone at your house. You're like, don't send
No,
anyone
I
over.
want
You're just
this
having a
shit
hard
taken
time.
care of professionally. We should have the FBI involved. That's not unheard of. I'm not crazy for mentioning it. And them hanging up on me when 911 dispatchers transferred me over and I explained my situation, I was a little racy, a little irate. He fucking hung up on me. People keep hanging up on me. That's why I don't use the motherfucking phone. They get all irate and fast talking and get me up and going and then blame it on me for being irate. That's why I don't use the fucking phone.
I gotcha.
That's,
I understand.
be,
Did you want to? Yeah. Do you want to speak to Mobile Crisis about this? What's going on? They can tell you.
no,
give you
because
some idea.
988 banned me online when I told them I was raped. What the fuck would I trust them for? Any kind of crisis services for that matter. Any clinic in town for that matter, because they're all the same to me now. Any police officer in town because they're the same for that matter. Which technically they really are. They're one agency. They might as well be one entity. You know what I mean?
Right, I hear you.
This paranoia
I'm
is
trying to
caused
think
by
of, like,
them. It's not my own. I'm not paranoia. I'm not paranoid. I'm in fear for how they're abusing me. And nobody will stand up and say, well, if I was 6 motherfucking years old, don't you think somebody would have said, bullshit, I'm doing something?
Right.
If I ran away from home and said all this shit, do you think they'd take me back? And here I have to live with this shit, and this shit goes on and on and on, and it becomes worse and worse and worse. They ignore me more and more and more. Let me tell you, my neighbors don't like me, so they slam their car doors as hard as they can, knowing it jars my windows. All times of the morning, night, and day. That's one of the 1%. The people upstairs, they try to get me going because it's fucking fun. They want to beat me. One's hanging around the corner. They're fucking, don't even. I accidentally brought one of their packages into my house, and this guy's trying to beat my fucking door down. Literally kicking at the door, trying to tear it down. The next time this shit happened, I brought a package into my house. It said apartment 1 with a strange name on it. I don't know them. So they called the police, and the police are on their fucking side when it says apartment 1 and this and that. Whatever, it's automatically, I'm crazy, I'm an asshole, I'm doing things because I'm crazy, because I'm trying to steal from them and I don't give a shit or whatever. Right. They say shit like, I think I own the place. Motherfucker, I should stand up and say I own this shithole with the fucking plywood for a porch. Right. Where the steps are so uneven you fall down them. Where the banister is broke the fuck away, my mom fell off of it. Where the rail is you splinter your hand on. Where you go in the back hallway and you're immediately greeted by a pungent odor of shit and there's just grunge everywhere and it's dilapidated and falling in. The floors are falling in and this and that here and there. The floor sloping, throwing you away from a garbage can after you're standing up, pulling the bag out of it. This and that and the other thing. It is this and that and the other thing, and nobody wants to be like, oh, well, it's this and that. They want to be, oh, you're just about this and that and other thing. Why?
Right. I get you, Teddy.
I don't get it.
Well,
you're my counselor right now. Do you understand that?
Well,
So
you're
what I tell to you, you file in the garbage. That's what I get. That's
well, I can send the officers over to
the
talk to you if you
police are
want.
terrorizing me, and
Yeah,
you're
you don't
saying
want
you're
the
going to
police.
send them here.
Well, no, I'm not sending
Yeah.
them, but I
The
could
last
if you
time,
wanted.
the last
That's about
time we
all I
had an issue, I specifically asked the police not to come here, and they came and knocked on my door.
Oh boy.
I want a
alrighty.
FBI detective on this shit, even if you have to stand up and advocate and run your mouth yourself. That's what I
would
want.
call. Have you tried to call the FBI directly?
I just told you they hung up on me when I was transferred
They
over
do?
from 911.
Oh, great.
Really? I'm being
All right.
censored as a
Well,
trafficked human. I have a help
right.
flag on my porch.
Okay.
I'm
so sorry that you're
breathing
going
shit
through
gas.
that.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry
You know,
you're
one of
going
the
through
main
that.
problems is quote unquote mom, she never worked. That's, I'm not going to pass the blame. I'm just saying the facts. She figures it's better to rent because somebody will come do something about the issue where she won't have to pay into it and do it herself or pay a guy to do it. That's just an excuse, I guess. But, I'm just stating facts. And this has been my whole life. I've lived in the living room on a sofa most of the time. Anytime I ever had a bedroom, it didn't have a door. What is a closet? This has been since 2 years old. Come on. My mother was raised in a car. My
Right.
aunt,
I totally understand.
My aunt, I mean. My real mother wasn't related to these people.
Right.
Her dad and their mom got together and they left the kids alone while they went off to bars for 2 weeks a month at a time and this and that. This is where this all stems from. And my mother was coerced sexually by my uncle, who was not related to her. Not that that fucking matters. Might as well have been her sister. You know what I mean. And then he had the nerve to try to rape her with his brother, and she refused, and he murdered her. I'm telling the police this, and they take me back home.
Well,
They're
I'm
in a half,
sorry.
girl.
I
Time's running out. I think there are statute of limitations that they're intentionally letting pass by.
Right, Teddy. I have to disconnect right now. I'm so sorry.
Okay,
I like
so
to talk to you, but I'm missing a 911 call.
this conversation will provide as proof of need of continuance
I made a
to where
note.
all
I definitely
statute of
made a note.
limitations are broken now, and you guys are a bunch of fucking assholes. I'm sorry I had to say that to you.
Okay, I'll let them know, okay? I'm sorry. If you need us, just give us a call.
I need all my recordings provided to an FBI detective.
Hello, 911. 911 is disconnected. No one detected emergency. If you have an emergency, give us a call back.